Ellen was laying on the back patio, watching the boys enjoy themselves. She started thinking about Stanley. He had begrudgingly left only an hour earlier to return home to his wife. She decided to call his mobile phone and Stanley answered. Without hesitation, he said, "I knew you missed me. I told you I would stay another day. I do miss you. I wish we had more time together. Let me handle it. Don't you worry. I'd better go so I can focus on the road and think of what I would tell her. Love you. Love you too." "Twins, it's time to go in for lunch. Dolores, please feed the boys." Dolores walked over and grabbed the boys' hand and walked them lovingly into the kitchen. She had their afternoon meal already prepared. Emily came inside to freshen up. She used the powder room on the ground floor. As she dried her hands, she looked at herself in the mirror. She saw several open wounds on her neck. What is this? Ellen looked more closely to be sure she was seeing what she thought she was seeing. She decided to go upstairs to the upstairs bathroom where there was a larger mirror and brighter, better lighting in order to get a better, useful view and better idea of what she observed. Ellen's initial thought was that she had gotten too much sun and was peeling. As she walked past the kitchen, she addressed her boys and Dolores. "Boys, Mommy loves you. Dolores, I'll be down in a bit to join you and the boys." Ellen walked up the spiraling traditional staircase. The 14 steps seemed to take an eternity to climb. She started to undress as she saw her bedroom door in view. With the boys and Dolores downstairs, she was not worried about them seeing her naked. Marshall was in Connecticut at work and Stanley was on his way back to Connecticut to see Emily. There was no one who could see her or who wanted to see her naked in the immediate vicinity. As she passed the invisible line that separated the hallway to her room, Emily removed her bikini top and pulled her hair up into a ball inside the palm of her hand, her left hand. There were 2 more open sores on her shoulder that seemed she missed when she used the mirror downstairs. She began to get nervous. She pulled out her hand mirror and sat with her hips on the countertop and her back facing the well-lit mirror. She lifted her back hair again and with her left hand and held the mirror with her right hand. Emily began to sob. Millions of thoughts rushed through her mind as she looked at the open sores that covered her back. How did this happen? When did this happen? Is this an allergic reaction? Why am I seeing this? Did Stanley notice it before he left? Is it contagious? Ellen walked halfway down the stairs and yelled out instructions to Dolores, then walked back upstairs. "Dolores! I have to go immediately into town. I know you were supposed to be off for the evening started at 6, but I think I'll be out for a while. I'm calling Marshall, Judge Marshall, and I'm asking him to come home. I need him to drive up." Dolores understood immediately that something was wrong when Ellen said that she was calling Judge Marshall. She knew very well of Ellen and Stanley's ongoing affair. Dolores shielded the judge from as much as she could. Occasionally, Ellen was very sloppy and brought easily avoidable risk of getting caught upon herself, Stanley, and the boys. The consequences, should the judge learn about their affair, Dolores could not be 100% certain of. Judge Marshall loved Emily dearly. He was also a very powerful individual. Dolores often wondered if Judge Marshall intentionally overlooked Ellen's infidelities. Dolores often thought to herself about Judge Marshall and Ellen's relationship. Why does he stay and why does she stay? Dolores sighed and asked a question in a low voice, not clearly audible to the twins. What is the hold she has over him? Ellen picked up her mobile phone and called Judge Marshall's direct line. She heard Marshall scream or yell immediately after he answered. She then heard the secretary's voice. Ellen frenziedly left a message with Judge Marshall's secretary for him. "Tell him to come home now and stay with the kids." Ellen put on a frumpy outfit, heels, and a floppy hat and shades. She walked downstairs, gave her love to the boys from afar. They wanted to jump up from the counter height chairs to give her a hug, but she insisted that they finish their meal with Dolores. She hurriedly said goodbye to the boys and to Dolores, and then walked out of the front door, headed directly toward her car. Ellen drove out of her circular driveway to the gate. Once the gate opened, she raced to the nearest hospital. Ellen called ahead to her local family physician and explained over the phone what she was experiencing. She terrifyingly described her issues. "Doctor, I feel fine. I feel healthy, but I have these open sores on me. There were 2 or 3, then there were more, and now there are even more. I can feel my shirt and pants beginning to stick to my body." Finally near the hospital, she parked and hurried inside. She gave her name at the reception and her doctor's name. He rushed her directly into a private room. "Have a seat, Ellen. Tell me again, what are your physical symptoms and the reason for your urgent visit? What were you doing when you first noticed the physical symptoms? What did you eat over the past 3 to 5 days? Have you been out of the country recently?" Frustrated that she had no real tangible answers or reasons for the symptoms, she stood up and started to derobe. There were no marks or scars on her face or her hands or her feet. She removed her hat and her sunglasses and her heels. She unbuttoned her blouse and she saw the expression on the doctor's face. She did not dare to look down. As she unhooked her bra, the doctor swallowed deeply and reached for the large-size sky blue nitro powder-free gloves and an antiviral face mask. She removed her pants and finally her panties. She sobbed and sobbed. She stood there completely naked and cried. "How do you feel? Are you itching? Does your skin burn? What creams have you used?" "I can't answer as quickly as you ask me questions. I feel no pain. I don't itch. I don't burn. I'm afraid to look at myself. I felt my clothes tearing away, peeling from my body as I removed each piece. I've only used sunscreen. It's a cream I've used for the past 15 years. I've done nothing out of the ordinary. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. I will have a nurse come retrieve your things and prep a room for you right now. It's a room that will allow us to better care for you. Do you have someone to watch the kids? Do your children also have open scars? I recommend you stay put for right now." Within minutes, 2 nurses in biosuits covered from head to toe walk in. They held a gown open for her to walk into. They instructed Ellen to walk forward with her hands in an outstretched mummy manner. As she walked forward, Ellen got her first glimpse of herself in the mirror. She gasped aloud and passed out. The nurses rushed forward to catch her and held her up while placing the gown on her.